my biggest pet peeve is the ones that be like 120 something days past due just to call to say they gonna be paid in a month.
Right.
It's
Thanks a
like,
lot.
brother,
You could have
you
saved
could
that
have
one for
just did
yourself.
what
Yeah.
man, you been not doing nothing.
Yeah, that's like telling somebody you owe them that you gonna pay them in a month. Like you just told me you gonna pay them in a week, but now you talking about, hey, don't
Man.
trip. I got you in a month. It's like, damn.
Then I had a lady get sassy for ass with me because she missed the payment because she was out of town and felt like that was a valid reason to miss her payment.
Oh, hey, Shorty had to get them fun. She was trying to have fun. What you mean?
Man, listen here.
They was gonna have fun with that credit too. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what auto pay is for.
Facts. If you like me, I
So
like to watch everything that come in and out of my account. I hate some damn auto pay, but that's
that's
facts.
trill. So that's why you got to pay attention to your bill every month.
Yeah, that's facts.
And if you know you're gonna be out of town and there's a chance you might miss that thing, it's probably best for you to just have your account on e-statement so then they're electronic and you don't have to even worry about missing a paper bill statement.
Yeah, make it easy gotta make it easy for yourself.
Oh, I trust me. They for every whoop de boop you want to hit me with
You gotta
for the
you, you got the
for the
answers.
side hustle or reason why you sugar dazzled on this bill, I got you. You know, my favorite is bro. My favorite is when they say, "Oh, I just called back." I'll be like, you know what? That's perfectly fine, but unfortunately, they just don't consider that a payment arrangement. But I tell you what, we actually provide a phone number. If for any reason
Here
you
you
do
go.
need to cancel or modify the payment arrangement, you can give us a call, even on the date it's scheduled to come out. As long as it's before such and such time, it's more than fine, and there is no fee for that as well. Because if
Right,
you
right.
if it's really about you worried about not having the money or whatever, then there's no reason for you to do that, and you would just call back because you're gonna do that anyway, right?
Right.
That's how I call them out on their bluff, man. You gotta bluff with you can't bluff a bluffer.
Right. You
You can't
said
swindle
a
a dude
swindler.
who's been in the street swindling.
Yeah, you
You
feel me?
dig? So, like I always tell my coworkers, man, is I be hustling in these collection streets. Cause that's exactly how I treat it. Cause at the end of
Yeah.
the day, that's really what it is. Like no one likes to be called and ask for some money. I don't care if you owe it or not. You
Right.
could not owe the money in a mug call you and ask you for some money. You ain't trying to just give it up.
Facts.
So you gotta learn how to just work in that gray area. And then, it's dealing with people's situations where they feel more obligated to deal with it versus certain other bill collections I done in the past. They don't feel obligated, so they'll just be like, okay, whatever. Catch
Right.
me when you can, sucker.
No, that's fact. That's facts. Hey, and hey, you got to be like me, man. When they jump on the phone, you got to act like hi beep, hi beep. No, no, hi beep. That's how I get on the phone. Me no no speaking no English.
I do that too.
No.
I did that to my cousin one time. He was like, "Hey man, why you sound like a female though, bro? Why you do that?" I said, "Bro, I did not sound like." He's like, "Yeah, you did. Your voice went real high." I was like, "That was not my intent. Trust me. It was just because I was like, no español, no español."
Yeah, that's how you got to
And
hit
so,
them bill collectors up when they hit
man,
that line, boy. What you
sometimes
thought?
you gotta hit them with the. But see, this is my thing. I don't be minding none of that, man. Because when you say that to me, what I'm gonna say?
What?
You need an interpreter. Oh, what is your preferred language?
No speaking in English. That's all you got to say.
Espanol.
No.
One momento, one momento. And put you on hold to get an interpreter on the line.
As soon as you press hold, I'll be like, okay. As soon as you press hold, I'm clicking. Please
Boop beep.
ink.
You're right.
That's your.
Boop beep.
I love when they do that. Oh, okay, one moment, please. Okay, I'm clicking on you.
Man,
Stop playing.
the, my But yeah, go ahead. Let's get into it, man. I got something brewing, so let's get
Oh, you
into it.
got some tea brewing. All right, man. We got to get straight to it, man. Well, damn. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to shoot the Bobos, but the Boskies is over, man. So guess what, man? It's the Benchmark Podcast. I'm your boy, Broadway Beats. I got your boy with me, Neef, a.k.a. Mr. Perp. Man, you
Yes,
already know
sir.
we finna get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? My man's got some tea brewing. So, you know what I'm saying? That means
Let's get
go
it.
and get to it.
Let's
You
get
feel
it.
me?
I got some things I need to get off my sleeve. So let's go ahead and get to it, bro.
Okay, okay. You got a whole lot of okay. It sound like he got some stuff on his mind for from these last games. Okay, so I guess we can go with Caleb Williams. I guess last week they played against the Chicago damn, they is the Chicago Bears. They played against the Cowboys. Um man, and they did their thing. They won. First, before we even get into my question, well, this is one part of the question. How do you grade Caleb Williams' performance last game against the Cowboys last week?
I give him a C plus. I give him a C plus. I give him a C plus off of the strength of I liked his pocket presence. He was able to stay within structure as a quarterback and a guy who thinks he has a bit of an IQ when it comes to that position. He definitely played in structure, which basically means for those in the bench mob that don't know, means he played within the spectrum of the play. There wasn't a whole lot of sandlot football where he's rolling out and he's scrambling and he's trying to make a play. And he was able to have a lot of success. And that was very, very promising to see. So I'll give him a
Yeah.
C plus.
Okay. Um. All right. Before I ask the other question, I'm gonna go ahead and answer that as well. For me, I think Caleb Williams. I probably give him a B plus just for the simple fact of just what you said, man. He had a whole lot of pocket presence. Normally, in the last few games, he's been having to use his legs a lot. Um, and in this game against the Cowboys, since they traded Micah Parsons, pass rush is gonna be an issue. And so he had all the time in the world to just sit in the pocket, find what your receivers he wanted to get going. And to me, that's a confidence builder for him. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a B, just because they struggled the first two games of the season, and to just see it look like it was working against the Cowboys week three, I could say, man, their future looking bright. It might not be this year, but like once if he looked like that in the next couple of years, man, Chicago got a good chance of really getting somewhere. But right now, I don't see it happening. But you know what I'm saying? That was just a good little example for him. You know, like you go get experience on the job training. That was one of them good ones where it was good on the job training where you could just go back and show him film. Look at this whole game, the whole entirety. You played the right way. So a lot of times you're gonna find that to happen with a young quarterback. It takes him a little bit of time. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get him a B, B plus. Okay, so now I want to ask you too. Um, how do you feel like in this game? Do you feel like he showed a lot of signs of growth? And do you think in the long term, do you think Caleb Williams that is will be able to take the Bears somewhere, maybe to like NFC Championship or something like that? Oh damn! Did he get out the? He ain't in the call? Oh man! Oh man! They done kicked me out the car. My bad.
Yeah, it's
All right.
all good. I can hear you now.
All right. Okay. Let me ask that question again. Okay. So against the Cowboys, my question is for you is did you see a lot of growth from Caleb Williams against the Cowboys? And my question for you is, do you see him being able to carry the Bears somewhere in the long term?
Yep. So to answer the first part to that question, I'm gonna say no. In this particular game, just because of the defense he was going against is very bad. You said it at the beginning of or at the end of what you were saying in regards to your grade for his performance,
Right.
in regards to the defensive pass rush that he or the zero lack of that he had to experience. That's number one. That's not going to happen even in our division, let alone other games that are going to be harder in the season. That's number one to that. Number two is I also saw blown coverage where he would almost be he would be considered a bust if he was to miss some of the passes that I saw that were just wide open. Like I literally changed the channel and it was Bears on defense and it was 7-0. I went back because I was flipping back between games, got stuck into a game, went back to that one like maybe 5-10 minutes later. They were back on defense again and the score was 14 to something. They had scored another touchdown. Then I flipped it again because I was trying to just catch them on offense, changed it back again 5-10 minutes later, and it was another touchdown. So literally they had like 3 or 4 plays of like 20 to 30 plus yards. Just boom, boom, boom. That shouldn't happen on an NFL defense. That's something that you see in college. That's not normally what you see in the NFL. Which lets me know that defense is really bad. So with that being
Mm-hmm.
said, it's kind of hard to kind of gauge how improved he is when he went against that type of a defense versus the two defenses he went against the first 2 games of the season that are
Right.
more on average of being a high caliber, a top 5, 10 defense, which he's going to see even in his own division. It's hard for me to say that he's really improved as far as him being something that they can build around and build for the future and win with in the future. Absolutely. He just has the tools. You can't teach the stuff that he can throw the ball 65 yards, 70 yards in the air, no problem. He has
Right.
a rocket arm and he's mobile, but he's not super quick. But he's one of them like herky jerky twist around in the pocket, manipulate the pocket type of dudes. So them are to me, them are harder because they're not really trying to get out of the pocket and run around like Lamar. They're trying to like manipulate it to get something down the field on you
Right. I can
as
feel
far
that.
as a pass. So yeah, I definitely think he's something, especially in today's NFL, where like I said, it's just you if you had that as an X factor at quarterback, it just damn near gives you a leg up on 65% of the teams you're gonna play. So I just I have to with the second portion of the question. I definitely agree. He's something you can build around for the future, and I'm quite sure they're gonna have success because I like their coach.
Yeah. To me, I like Caleb Williams in general, and he might not be successful with the Bears, but I do believe he will in the future be successful. And I'm gonna have to agree with you. I don't know if I've seen improvements, but this is a good game to show this is how we want you to play. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I said at the beginning, no Micah Parsons, so that defense is really like for the last 3 games they really been looking suspect. You know what I'm saying? So he just kind of got lucky. That was like a give him game right there to me. And so with that being said, I do see him being a great long term quarterback, but it's just not right now. And it might just be because he needs like a better offensive line and just a little bit more experience. You know, so. Okay,
Yeah.
so all right, man. Man, Minnesota, man, they had a wonderful weekend last week on Sunday against the Bengals. Carson Wentz came through as the backup quarterback. My question for you is, what should our expectations be for Carson Wentz, and do you think he can stabilize this offense to earn a larger role? You know what I'm saying? Or you think he's gonna have a short term role?
So I like what I saw out of him. He still looked a little rusty. He was holding the ball entirely too long and took out of the 3 sacks, I'd say 2 of them were on him for just holding the ball too damn long. But as far as like long term, I wouldn't. I personally don't see it. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong as a fan. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but I just feel like there's a reason why he's been on 5 teams in 6 years, and even when he had a well, I would consider it successful, a decent season with the Colts, they still decided to cut him and get rid of him. So
Right.
I think he's grown. I think he's way more of a good vet. I love his veteran ability. I love that we got him as the backup, and he was able to, versus the backups we had with Sam Howell and some dude Rippin or whatever his name is, two bums. He's one of them backups where, like I said, he's had starter success, so he can get us a win or two or three if we need be in a pinch right now. But I still think his floor is better than JJ's floor because obviously it just seems like JJ is a tick behind as far as his reading the defense,
Right.
but his upside is just so higher, and we just have to give him the opportunity to have all the weapons and all the offensive line healthy and on the field for him at once to really give him a better evaluation. I think he kind of got slacked because he didn't really have that versus, but now at the same time, Carson go out there and throw for 300 yards and 4 TDs and continue to not turn the ball over. It's going to be hard to take him out just because I'm one of them people that just, you go with the high hand. You just
Right.
have to.
Right.
If you lose the locker room if you do it any other way, because at that point, that player has earned his spot.
Right. I think for me, I don't really have too many expectations for Carson Wentz right now, but to just hold it down. But I think
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think the biggest thing for me is shit. As I sit back and think about it, like JJ ain't been able to get in the game. I mean, let me make sure I diversify that. Jefferson ain't been able to get in the game as far as catches and receptions with J.J. McCarthy. And with Carson Wentz, man, he had his best game. You know what I'm saying? He was looking real good. He was looking like the Jefferson we know. He was looking like the Justin Jefferson we know. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was killing. And so my thing is let that happen 2 to 3 more games if JJ still hurt. And man, it's like you said, man, it's gonna be tough to turn that down. And I feel like this shit might be this might be his moment. If he can look good another week and hold it down, shit, he might be starting. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, like I said, it's gonna be hard. Like I said, if he goes and we go on Sunday and Sunday morning and get these Steelers this work, like I know we going to, we turn around and beat the Browns like we should, but it's gonna be tough. But we should beat them too. That's that's gonna be, especially like I said, if he's not turning the ball over and the offense is at least being productive and staying on tune with the defense, it's gonna be hard for us to just take them out because, like I said, you'll lose the locker room that way just off of the strength of that's not how it's supposed to work. Granted, you don't ever want to lose your position due to injury, but we've seen over the course of time in the history of the league, like that's just the best way to continue to keep the camaraderie up.
Right. Man, and I'm
If
looking
if Tom Brady would have got took out for Drew Bledsoe, or Aaron Rodgers would have got took out to put Brett Favre back in, or I mean, not vice versa. Like it just when once you go that route and that person is having success, it's just hard for you to take that person out. Like you
right.
just want to keep that hot foot, that hot hand going.
Yeah, it ain't to me. To me, it's one of those things where, like, who wouldn't? That's like the
Right.
Lin Sanity. That's almost like how Lin Sanity
Yeah.
became big in basket in the NBA. It was like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? He had the momentum when everybody was hurt, and it was like, how do you
Right.
turn that down? You know,
Right,
you
exactly.
got to keep going with the momentum. Sometimes it builds the team up. It make everybody chemistry build a little bit because they happy to see you be somebody they ain't even have expectations for. Do good. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
but
And then with him, I just feel like I said, he's just able to. He's been around. He's seen a lot of football. He's played in some games, so he's just able to just dissect it just a tad faster. And that's and this is a person who hasn't really played or started since like 2022 or something like that. So like I said, it's just we'll have to see. We just gonna have.
yeah.
That's what's one of them wait and see games, and I'm just glad that, like I said, he's our backup, and we have the ability to rely on a vet that's got had some success and can obviously win us some games because he won us a game.
Right. I can agree with that. Okay, so man, this is a tough one to really even digest and even talk about because you know what I'm saying at the beginning of the year, man, I just had my expectations for the Ravens been a little bit higher than what they got right now. But with that being said, Lamar Jackson, man, the last game they had, um, damn, who they play against? I can't remember what team they played against. Uh,
Right.
yeah, they played against Detroit. Thank you. They played against Detroit Lions, and Lamar Jackson was sacked 7 times. Derrick Henry fumbled the ball. That made it be 3 consecutive games where he fumbled back to back. I think that might be the first time in NFL history, if I'm not mistaken. But looking into that, my question is this something to panic about? Should we hit the panic button or should we just chill right now? And what's your thoughts about them two players just in general from the last game?
So first and foremost, Lamar, I see it now. Well, I should say, I saw it in the game. Once you took off that helmet, and I saw you was looking like Eddie Kane Jr., I didn't think you was gonna have a good game. You got too much money, my guy. Do something with your wig top. That's number one. You look good, you feel good, you play good. Dion, everybody, old school throw mentality. It's just the truth, young buck. Anyways, now back to his performance on the field. One of the things that I really love about Lamar is that he's truly, truly improved as a passer. His the way he can layer throws, the way he knows how to zip a throw when he needs to put some zest on it. All of his passing attributes have upgraded every year, and to the point now where I believe they said it a couple of times on the broadcast that he's the number one quarterback all time in QBI or something like that.
Oh wow.
So with that being said, clearly he's definitely upgraded, and I wouldn't call him a master, but he's definitely I would say he's one of the elite throwers in the NFL, and that's all time.
Right.
Just because of his statistical stats and just the way I see him throw, and as a quarterback, he throws a great ball. But the thing that he lacks, and he will never, ever, ever, I should say never, ever, but it might take him to be like Randall Cunningham, like to where that part of his game is disintegrated. So he has no choice but to rely on being more of a pocket presence guy. Because a lot of them sacks was on him
Yeah.
dancing in the pocket, trying to make something happen. I'd say they really should have only had maybe four at the most. At the most. Three for sure were guaranteed on him. Him dancing around in that pocket trying to make something happen. And that was another stat they brought up too. Whereas he's the least likely to throw the ball away.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
with that being said, you're costing yourself, you're costing your team taking sacks. Worst case scenario is 2nd and 10.
Right. That's
I
what I
should
be
say
saying.
best case
Throw.
scenario with throwing the ball away. Best case scenario is 2nd and 10. Worst case scenario is 2nd and 19 because you didn't took a 9-yard sack
Yeah.
dancing around. And Detroit, their defensive coordinator came with a great game plan. He had a spy. And then he had two people behind that person basically spying because they're looking at the quarterback. They were in a lot of zone and they were able to just lock in on him. And they funneled everything. And Detroit plays hard, so they were running around, flying around. And like I said, if you gonna be out there saying like football and then like Lamar do, that's what's gonna happen. Now let me get to Big King Henry.
Yeah, get to that boy.
You're no longer King Henry. You're a musketeer, like the Three Musketeers, the candy bar, nougat, soft. There's no reason why you should be that big and fumble like you did. Throw your helmet down and have a
Temper
crash out
tantrum.
moment on the bench. It looked like you was crying. First of all, everyone knows this is what they're gonna do. Now it's out there, so everybody's going to be trying to peanut punch you, buddy.
Yeah,
Unless you learn, and I don't know how you're going to do that in season. This is something that you're going to have to work on in the off season, which it might be too late for you, Jack. Is you should have been in that gym with Tiki Barber and learning that high and tight. Because
yeah.
now you're too loose booty with the ball, and everybody knows it. And they're gonna come in with that
That
strippy dazzle, and now it's in your head.
yeah, that's
So
yeah.
I just it's tight for the Ravens, man. And that defense, and talk about defensive bad defense, boy. I thought the Cowboys was terrible. These boys is even worse. They
Man.
couldn't stop. They couldn't stop. How do you let a team in your own building go 95 yards and majority of the runs are right up the middle runs? They just ran it right up the middle, right up their gut. I, this goes back to Pee Wee football. If a team can do that to you, that means they are physically bullying you.
Right.
That's what, and they did that two times in that game. So yeah, the Ravens are cooked, man. The only thing that's saving them is that division is horse ass this year. With Joe Burrow going down, they're going to be able to stay within the top because I don't see the Steelers running away with it, and we both know the Browns ain't shit.
Yeah. The Browns they still trying to figure it out. So
I
um
mean, they're getting better, and I love their defense, but it's Joe Flacco, man.
yeah, yeah, you already know.
Like he's gonna only get you so much. And those days, they got the best out of what he had left when he was there a couple years ago.
Right. Okay, so man, I'm just go ahead and say it, man. With the way these guys is playing, well, at least I mean, last game, you to me just in general, like if we talking just the X's and O's of football, you just never. And a great thing, the crazy thing about the Ravens is that they play decent, like offensive wise, and they always kind of
Man,
like in the
here,
game. But
I just want to say this before you cut. I don't need to cut you off. I just need to say this. They did a play, two plays in the red zone. The Ravens did and got nothing. The first play they tried to hurry up, run to the line, and run a toss to Henry. First of all, anyone who knows anything about the common sense physics, it's best to have that big hog running forward, not sideways. Once he gets to going sideways, that works in the best interest of the defense. He's not no juker. He's not juking nobody in the holes running sideways. So as soon as he did that, they got scooped. I think it was like a 3 yard loss or a 2 yard loss. The next play was like third or fourth down. I think it was fourth down. They tried to do some weird, same type of little fluke, but it was like a sprint option pass with Lamar. They were ready for that too. And then he ended up fumbling the ball. They didn't get nothing. And they ended up turning the ball over on downs. And that's when I knew Detroit was already prepared versus the Ravens weren't.
well, not only that, but I think the thing about Lamar and them is that we still never seen them at their highest potential because they so good offensively that we haven't seen everything that they can do. And they don't challenge themselves because a lot of the times they overmatch because like what the hell you gonna do? Okay, if you don't got a quarterback spy or something going on, then Lamar gonna run all day. So you gotta pick your poison. You gotta either let him do pass, stay in the pocket, or you gonna have to have some pressure out there and make him run. Well, I feel like this game he just didn't know when to pick his poison, um, and just getting overly confident. You know what I'm saying? Once you overly confident, then you ain't gonna be able to pick and choose when let me get up out of here, let me run, let me pass, let me make the right decision. He's sitting there just believing that he got more time than he really do, and he got to clean that up because next week he can't do that. He gonna have to just do what he normally do. Move them puppies. If he don't see no pass, either move them puppies or throw that ball out your hand. And then Derrick Henry, I think I agree with you. I think the biggest thing with him is, shit. I don't think they're gonna be able to correct that. Like, cause normally, like the signs that I see is like how a quarterback, like if you see how a quarterback run with the ball when he's rushing. That's the same vibes I get with Derrick Henry when he runs and when they make him fumble. He doesn't cover the ball with two hands when he's in traffic. He still has the ball on the side with just one hand.
He don't even have it high and tight.
He don't have it tight,
Like
but
you gotta have it high and tight. He have it all loosey goosey because he trying to set up the stiff arm.
and then he's
But the
looking
stiff arm only works if you're out in the open. If there's no one, like how they got him the other day was they got him from behind. He thought
right.
Buddy was long gone, but no, he was just hustling to the play, which is gonna happen. That's what defense is taught to do. So with that being said, you gotta always keep the ball high and tight until you're out in the open.
Nigga, you can't be no like you can't be a you can't be
Even
a
then,
tractor
you should
trailer.
still keep it tight.
Yeah, but
You
he
know,
he
Tiki would keep that joker tight all the way to the end zone.
see this the problem. Henry got the train. His train is on. But this like you can't. Okay, so if you are gonna be a train, you still gotta be able to be alert because he's just looking to run through motherfuckers, but he ain't looking to pay attention and be alert. Like you said, they stripped the ball from the back that game, and that's just gonna be something that if I'm a defensive coordinator. I'm just gonna make us go and watch that over and over. Just look at all the little times when he makes little cuts and he do little certain things. He gonna have that ball sitting in the same spot. It don't matter what he do because when he practice, it ain't no pressure on him, so he can fix it and he can do it right. But when you in with the crowd and everything going on, the real you happens. And so I feel like that's nothing he can correct. If he didn't correct that as a young running back, it's over with. So with that being said,
They gonna keep trying. They
right, they gonna
definitely
keep.
gonna keep trying.
You got to, and with that being said, I think that the Ravens should not panic yet. But if they lose another damn game, they gonna have to panic because starting 1-2 is just bad work when they should have won two of them games that they both of the games that they lost. One game they was up 20 points at the halftime and they still damn near lost. This game, Derrick Henry, if he didn't fumble, they probably would have won. And so with that being said,
They play the Chiefs next in their they would that's the 1-2 game, so they would be 1-3 if they lose to the Chiefs.
and they better not do that. And with that being said, speaking on the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes led the Chiefs to get their first victory win over the damn Giants. What does that performance tell us about the Kansas City Chiefs? Do you think they still got a chance to get to the Super Bowl off of these first three games you've seen?
It's well, first let me answer the Patrick Mahomes portion of the question. So definitely yes. Patrick Mahomes showed what we always say about Patrick Mahomes. He's just one of one. Like he can make something happen with literally anybody, as long as you got good hands and can run halfway decent routes. He's gonna get you the rock. So with that being said, he didn't show me nothing that I didn't know he was already capable of. As far as him getting back to the Super Bowl, I think they have a good shot just because of how the AFC is playing out this year. It doesn't look like there's going to be anyone else other than the Bills that can really give them a run for their money as far as like who I would say could be favored over them. Because I would damn near take that team over everybody else in the AFC. I can't say that the Chargers have been looking decent, but that defense has got some gaps. They give up a lot of yards, so
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's tough for me to say that they don't have a chance to get back to the Super Bowl with how the injuries and just how watered down the AFC is.
Well, I'm gonna say it like I always say. This is the Kansas City Chiefs. This is Patrick Mahomes. So to me, just in general, like off the last two seasons, I just feel like they start slow. So, you know what I'm saying? The first maybe 5 games, they don't normally really show who they really are. And after about like game 6, week 6, you start seeing the momentum of a championship team. And so, with that being said, I I enjoyed the way Patrick Mahomes had a lot of poise last game against the Giants. One thing I did take away from that game, and I got to praise him on, was I definitely seen that he did like a no look pass. Nice. You don't really see a lot of quarterbacks doing no look passes, so you got to give his IQ. You got to throw his IQ up there for doing shit like that. And I just I mean, like you said, the AFC and just Patrick Mahomes, man. He's just gonna figure somehow, some damn way, he gonna figure out a way. You ain't gonna just right now in this prime. I don't think you just gonna see him not make the playoffs and like probably get close to a bowl game, but like NFC. Well, I mean, not a Super Bowl, but like NFC. I mean AFC championship game or something like that. But yeah, I got them. I got them. They ain't winning no damn Super Bowl this year, but they probably gonna be a top team in the playoffs. But that's all I can give them though. Speaking on, what you gonna say?
So I can dig it.
All right, so moving right along. Next week got a nice amount of good games going on. First one starts off this Thursday. The Seattle Seahawks against the Arizona Cardinals. Both teams right now got the same record, 2-1. So my question for you, Neef, is who you see coming out this week with the windbreaker? I guess that's what you call it, tiebreaker, windbreaker, something. But who you see winning this game?
I could see Seattle winning this game, man. I think Sam Darnold in that offense is really humming. I think outside of the Colts offense, they really just look real in tune with a real good balance of pass and run. And that defensive line for Seattle is real ferocious. Kyler Murray has always been known to give you at least one or two weird interceptions where you just don't know why he did it. And so without having Connor, who's really their heart and soul, he's lost for the season. He had a horrible ankle injury. Oh man, I'm glad. I hope you didn't see the replay of it. Um, so yeah, I just think their running game is gonna suffer. They've always kind of struggled in the red zone, and without him being there to really kind of give them that edge to get that little yard or two to get in the zone, I think Seattle is going to get that one. I think Seattle is going to improve to 3-1. I think Seattle's actually going to win that division. It's going to be tough because I think the 49ers they just got that 49er way. So I think they're still going to be in the mix, but I think Seattle is eventually going to end up winning that division.
I can feel that, and I think I'm gonna have to backdoor you on that. And the reason why I'm gonna backdoor you um, on the game on Thursday, and I got Seattle winning, is just because, like you said, it's a lot of players that's injured or questionable. So you got Zay Jones, you got James Conner, you got Evan Brown, Hayden Conner, Will Hernandez. You just got right guards, left guards, wide receivers, running backs. So with that being said, I mean that's self-explanatory. You just got a whole bunch of like everybody beat up right now, and so I just don't feel like without having all of their team healthy, they're going to be able to beat Seattle. And man, I'm gonna rock with Sam Darnold just cause last year, the boy he held it down for the, you know what I'm saying, for the Vikes, man. So man, he good with me, man. As long as he ain't playing against us, man, I ain't really got nothing bad to say about him, man. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and double down on that, man. And shit, hopefully they get that dub, man. All right, so game Sunday's game. We got the how should I say this? We first game on Sunday. We got the comeback game. Micah Parsons plays against his old team, the Dallas Cowgirls. And oh yeah, man. Before I even get into it, I told y'all, man, my mans ain't even really want to talk at work, man, because I told y'all, man, I wasn't even gonna go bad on the Cowboys until Jose said something. But now he don't want to talk, so I ain't gonna. I'm gonna be easy on y'all this week. But my question for Neef right now is, since the trade, how much of an impact do you expect Micah Parsons to have on this game, just this game against the Cowboys, and what are your expectations? Who do you expect to win?
Man, so I definitely expect the Packers to win. I expect Micah to have a good game. I think he's gonna have at least 1 to 2 sacks for sure. I think the Cowboys are pure duty. I think I don't know, like Stephen A said, it should be a tragedy. It should be malpractice for putting CD Lamb at running back. Like, what were you thinking? Like, that's like putting Justin Jeff, like, he's built like a mosquito snout. He's kind of muscular, but he's still skinny.
Right.
So, with you putting him in there at running back, and he's gonna be fast enough to get away from dudes. You just didn't. I don't know what in your rabbit mind thought he couldn't get grabbed up, and he got dragged up, and that's exactly what you don't want to see. Now he's out 3 to 4 weeks, so it's I don't. Without him, even with him, it was gonna be hard, but without him. And they might get shellacked. I could see Jerry's face turning B red and him not wanting to even really be on camera.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to double down with you on that, man. Sorry, Cowboys fans. I don't really like to be, a Debbie Downer, but man, I'm gonna have to bring y'all down, man. Um, like I said, man, I've been seeing it from the beginning of the year since Parsons went to Green Bay. It's just a different type of energy on that defense than it was last year. And I can just only imagine how damn fired up they're going to be to want to get this win for him. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being
Hey,
said, he know all the kinks in the armor because he just played with y'all. So he know all the weaknesses everybody got. So he gonna be telling them all the nuances and everything they need to know about being ready for week 4. So man, and you just said it. CD Lamb is out of there. So without CD Lamb, man, it's gonna be real tight. And Dallas do not have that pass rush. And so with that being said, I got them losing um, by 14. That's what my predictions is. All right, man. So next game on Sunday we got is the matchup, the old school matchup. Well, for the Vikings, but you know what I'm saying. But it's in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying. So Aaron Rodgers is going against Carson Wentz and the Vikings. Um, who you think gonna get this W, man? Who you think gonna come out on top, man? Aaron Rodgers or Carson Wentz?
man, this is a tough one. This is real tough just because it's in London, or no, it actually is in Ireland, and it's gonna be at 10 o'clock in the morning our time. So I don't, I can't relate if I don't remember them losing overseas. I think they might be undefeated. At least the last few games I've seen them play overseas, and they've played overseas with a backup one year. Matt Castle, it was actually against the Steelers,
Mm.
and we got busy. So I think the Vikings are going to win, but I think the Vikings is going to be way tougher than it was, obviously, than this last game. But I think the Vikings are going to win by, I'd say, 7 or less.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think after seeing last week's game with the Vikings and Carson Wentz, man, I just feel like he got a different. It's a different vibe in the locker room with him. With everybody getting involved, man. You got to think, man. We just been talking about it. So we had since Carson Wentz was able to make some offense go with us. Passing was working. Our rushing was really working. You know what I'm saying? We actually, we had 116 yards. We ain't had that from a one running back in quite some time. So Jordan Madison was killing. I mean Mason, my bad. Jordan Mason was killing. My thing is this: if when we go and play this game, they're not going to be able to stop that rush. Our rushing is underrated right now, and so man, I just can't see Aaron Rodgers old ass doing nothing, man. I just don't see it, man. Like, regardless of how I go, I'm gonna go against Aaron Rodgers just because he played for the damn Packers. So, I mean, it don't really take too much for me to really just pick my win, but I do feel like our talent on our team on the Vikings is just we got more talent. And with that being said, we're gonna come out on a dub. And like you said, I do expect for it to be probably a close game as well. I don't expect no blowout. Now, if Carson Wentz get another blowout, start that man. All right, moving right along, man. The showdown, like you said, man. We got Lamar Jackson and the Ravens against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. One of the biggest rivalry games we got right now for this NFL in this decade. Which quarterback do you expect to have the better game, and who do you expect to win? And is this win going to be a turning point on whoever gets this dub?
Say that one more time, bro.
All right. My question for you is, which quarterback do you expect to have the better game? And do you believe that this win is going to be a turning point for the winner? Like, you think they'll have a better season? Think they might be able to pick up the momentum? Because they both 1-2.
I think they're gonna be able to, I think it's gonna definitely be the one the you talking about the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, the Chiefs and the Ravens.
Yeah, the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs is gonna ride what you just said earlier. Like they're gonna get that win against the Ravens, put them down in the dirt, and start to get their mojo back. Cause I don't told you, I think the Ravens they're in their own head.
Yeah, I I can agree with that. To me, it feels like you said, they in their own head. It's like watching your favorite boxer get knocked out for the first time and then fight another fight. And you be like, nigga, throw a
Yeah,
punch. And
man,
nigga,
he's rattled.
he's rattled.
He's rattled.
Yeah. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes too, just because it's week 4 and that the oil is starting to pump up. All they needed to do is see one win, and you know how it gets for the Chiefs. So I just want to see Lamar and them improve a little bit more, but shit, If they lose this game, man, it might be over for them this year. You know what I'm saying? And
Man,
with that
I
being
don't know
said,
if it'll be over just because of how, like we said, the AFC is so whack. Like they're gonna be able to get in. We can take that too.
but I don't know if it's gonna be
They're gonna.
easier.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna be easy to win. I think they might even still win their division.
They might, but I'm just saying it ain't gonna be like you can't lose for 4 or 5 games and think you're gonna just make it to the playoffs.
You would think that in any other year, but like I said, that division, that AFC North, is so Garbino. It could happen.
Facts, facts. All right, man. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to over or under. You know what I'm saying? Where we pick prize picks over or under. We'll let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Neef, man. Over or under. Where Jordan Love passed for 233 yards against the Cowboys this week.
Yes,
So you say he's gonna pass over?
absolutely.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to agree with you because he's playing against the Pack. I mean, playing against the Cowboys and they pass rush is terrible. So hell yeah. Over or under? Will Sam Darnold pass for 252 yards against the New Orleans Saints this week?
Say it one more time.
Will Sam Darnold pass for 252 yards against the New Orleans Saints this week?
Thought you said they played the Cardinals,
That's what
Seahawks.
this is. That who they play? I mean
Yeah,
Seahawks.
they
Okay,
played.
my bad. Hey, this is what I copied and pasted this shit. I ain't look. My bad. I should have looked. Oh, but yeah, they play against the Cardinals. My bad. They tripping. Um, I didn't look at that one. But yeah, well, you get 252 yards against the Cardinals. My bad.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say he's gonna get under. All right, over or under? Will Jared Goff pass for 252 yards against the Baltimore Ravens? Man, that's wrong. Hold on, man. We gonna have to cancel this shit out. What is they doing, bro? What the hell? They ain't playing them. Man, Patrick Mahomes is playing them. What the hell? I did not come up with this. What the hell? This is hey, man. We gonna skip it. I'm gonna go to Dak Prescott. I don't know what the hell they talking about, y'all. This is not the game up next. It's the Chiefs. What the hell? That was on me. All right, over or under. Will Dak Prescott pass for 241 yards against the Green Bay Packers?
240,
241.
absolutely, because they're gonna be whacked and be behind, so he's gonna be throwing the ball all day long. So yep, absolutely over.
Man, I got him going under, man. Micah Parsons and them gonna be fired up. All right, bench or start. We're gonna go to bench or start, man, where you either bench it or you start it. Bench or start. Ocho Cinco or Julio Jones.
Ocho Cinco or Julio Jones?
Or Julio Jones.
Man, I'm definitely going Julio, man. Julio was a freak. Like Chad had sweet feet, but he could get locked up. He might not think that he could, but I've seen it happen. He can get physically pushed around. He was a little diddle guy. He needed that quick release, or else he didn't have the physicality to be able to bully ball you. Versus Julio could do everything. He could bully ball you. He could take the top off of defense. He could take a bubble screen to the house. He was just physically crazy, just gifted. Like, yeah, I definitely go
You're
Julio
going
for
Julio.
sure.
Okay. I can feel that. I'm gonna be honest with you, my G. Um, just off the strength, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Ocho was my guy, man. So with that being said, man, look, man, Ocho was like the new Keyshawn Johnson. So you know what I'm saying? For me, man, I gotta go with him, even though Julio was probably better. But man, Ocho, I just like his personality and all that, man. So I'm gonna have to start Ocho bench Julio, man. Warren Sapp or bench or start? Warren Sapp or Reggie White?
Man, that's a tough one. I'm gonna have to bench Warren and go with the
The
deacon of
great
defense, man. He
man.
just he brought too much to the table as far as like he could truly go in and out. Like, yeah, Warren could go out there on at DN if you really needed him to, but that wasn't really his niche versus Reggie started him, I believe, on the inside and ended up going outside. So
Okay.
he gives you just that different dynamic.
Okay, I can feel that. I'm gonna have to bench Reggie White and start Warren Sapp. And the reason why is okay, so when I started playing football, I was kind of like in between, like, oh man, I'm gonna play the tight end or maybe a wide receiver or something. And then like when I started watching football a lot, I got I like the two defensive players, which was Ray Lewis and Warren Sapp. So Warren Sapp is one of my all-time favorite defenders. So I got to pick him just off the tops just because that he made me want to play defense. So I'm gonna start Warren Sapp, bench Reggie White. Okay. I know you ain't even gonna like this one, but bench your start. You gonna hate this one. Carl Anthony Towns, the cat, or Christoph Porzingis. Who you gonna bench? Bench or start?
Going with benching Christos, and I'll start Caddy Cat just because I seen Cat win a 3-point contest. So I had to give him credit when credit is due.
Right, I can feel you. I'm gonna have to start Carl Anthony Towns myself. Cat gonna get started. Um, Porzingis gonna get benched just because he stay injured. He's injury prone. So okay, bench or start Killer Mike or Pusha T.
Uh, I definitely mess with Killer Mike, but Pusha T, I'll just twist with a little bit tougher. So I'm gonna have to go Pusha T, bench him. I mean, bench Killer Mike and start Pusha T.
I'm gonna have to double down. I'm gonna have to bench Killer Mike and I'm gonna have to start Pusha T, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been rocking with him ever since grinding, man. So it's over with. Bench or start
Facts.
Run DMC or Public Enemy.
Oh, it's definitely Public Enemy. Run DMC is just a little too old for me. Like I was still too young for them versus when Public Enemy came out. I was probably about 9 or 10 when I really started hearing them and seeing them in New Jack City and all that. So
Yeah.
Flavor Flav anyway. So yeah,
Flavor
I'm
Flav.
definitely gonna go with Public Enemy.
I'm gonna have to double down. The only reason why I'm gonna double down is because of Flavor Flav. That was exactly what I was finna say, man. So I'm gonna start.
Man,
I'm gonna start Public Enemy and bench. You know what I'm saying? Run DMC, man. Bench or start.
hmm
Trina, the baddest bitch, or Lil Kim, the queen bee.
oh, oh man, this bench is. I gotta start Lil Kim. Got to.
Okay, I
Just
can
because of
feel that.
the album cover.
I can feel that. I can feel that.
Everybody had the album cover picture,
Yeah,
and
yes, sir.
almost got slapped in the head for trying to put it up in your bedroom. I was
Yeah.
smart enough. I tried to put it in my locker at school, and almost got expelled.
Expelled. Yes, sir.
So
It was
I
almost
just
over.
kept it in my little closet in my where I my clothes is. My auntie didn't really go in there too often, so she let me live.
All right, I'm gonna have to double down with you, man. I'm gonna always have to get the queen first. Hey, look, Kim is the reason why I started listening to female rappers. So it wouldn't even
True.
be no for me. It wouldn't even be no Trina without Lil Kim. So sorry, Trina. Even
You
though
know,
I
you
mess
was
with you,
listening to UNITY.
I was not. Hey, I was not on that UNITY like that. But I a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But I bench or start. Air Max ones or the Air Max 97s.
Man, Air Max 97. I don't even really like Maxes like that, but that one particular is the only one I would get.
So you gonna okay? I'm gonna have to double down with you. I'm gonna have to bench the Air Max ones and start the 97s, man. Them is the only ones
Ones
I done
just look
got.
a little too clunky, or I don't know. It's just something about the colorways too. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, it ain't mine. Bench or start, Cold Stone or Baskins and Robbins. Damn, did it hang up on him? Damn, let me say that again. Bench or start, Cold Stones or Baskins and Robbins.
Oh man, what? That's almost a slap in the face. Like Baskin Robbins got the flavors, but they ain't got what Cold Stone got. Cold Stone got that exotic, different flavors and then you can kind of create your own joint. And they got the different cones you can get. You can get a dipped cone. Like it, Cold Stone just once they got into the game, they to me they're like almost like if you took an ice cream spot and turned it into like if you were they took Subway and turned it into an ice cream spot.
Right, you can get whatever you want.
Like they give you that type of vibe. Like you get to customize your meal and or your ice cream.
Right, right. Um,
So Baskin Robbins is just known really for having a bunch of different flavors.
right, right. That's facts. I'm gonna have to double down with you. I ain't never liked the Baskin and Robbins. Cold Stones is for me, man. So I'm gonna have to bench Baskin Robbins, start Cold Stone. Um,
Facts.
it's that easy. My homeboy used to work there though, but so I used to get all the ice cream for free. But all right, we gonna move to the TBQs, man. My question for you is, what's the worst cologne or body spray you wore back in the day?
Man, so that was I was when I seen this question, I was laughing to myself because I remember I know exactly what it was, man. So I didn't know no better. I just, young bull thinking I was getting something. So I had went to summer camp and I had my mom asked me, obviously you need your toiletries, your deodorant. And so I was in middle school and I was like, yeah, I want to try spray deodorant. So she's like, oh, okay. So she's like, well, what kind you want? And I just looked and I saw it and I was like, oh, let me grab it. And it was Brute. And I don't know
Damn.
if any of y'all bitch Bob know what Brute smell like, but man, it's a combination of some fake cologne and funk. Like it just it's not a good smell. After a while, anyways. The first spray, I thought it was cool, but then, make a long story short, the shit doesn't work, and it just has you smelling like an old white man.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. I got two of them, and I literally Brute is the one that I was gonna say. Like that's the one. Like real talk. Like I had that shit in the green bottle, and boy, that was the worst shit I ever had. But I thought I was smell. I thought I was gonna be smelling good, but I wasn't really a big fan of that. But also like Bod, man. To me, Bod is just way too damn
Oh yeah,
powerful. So I had that too. Bod, it don't matter what if you gotta spray that shit light, that shit strong. But if you smoke, go grab you some Bod. It'll kick all that shit out of there. Okay, who who was the first athlete you went to go hunt to go get their card?
believe it or not, and it was only because of the worth value was an MJ card. I always was searching for an MJ card. Never got one. And
Yeah,
then then I'm friends with your brother, and he had 17 of them. I was jealous.
yeah,
You would have bought that card. Probably be at least worth about 2, 3 bands now.
yeah. But ain't nothing like them Michael Jordans or them Kobe's, man. That's where the money at. But all right, man. When you was a kid, man, what was your favorite shoe brand?
Oh man, I that's the thing. Like when I was a shorty, I didn't really have one. Like it was just whatever the cold shoe was that I liked. I was rocking pretty much everything. I was rocking Fila's, Reebok, Nike, Converse, Adidas. Like it just really didn't matter when I was a shorty as far as like the brand. Yeah, it needed to be name brand. Like I wasn't trying to wear no Pro Wings or Payless shoes or Walmart shoes. So in that regard, I'd say it just had to be name brand.
Okay, I can feel that. Again, I was a Charles Barkley fan, so as a shorty, my shoe was the Nikes, man. So I wanted them Air Maxes. I ain't never get them, but I always wanted them Charles Barkley Air Maxes he had. Them shits was fire. Don't let me run into them now. Boy, I'm gonna go stupid on them. If they got colorways, I'm getting all of them. But back in the day as a youngin? I mean, they don't really matter. But like, what was your best multiplayer game that you remember playing?
Uh, I had to say it was definitely Contra with my cousin Charles. Or no, I take that back. It wasn't Contra because I got good, but that was only because when we got the code and had unlimited men, then I mean, it ain't hard to be cold when you got unlimited men. But I would say the game, I think it was called Streets of Rage or something like that
Oh, I used to love that.
on Sega. Me and Chalk used to get down in Streets of Rage. That was our game. Like that was the one me and him would play together. We
Man,
used to do Double Dragon, but
man,
I would lose. I would lose too early, and he'd be playing by himself. But Streets of Rage, I could get down with it.
man. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. That was as a kid. That was my favorite. Me and Dub. That's what we used to play. Streets of Rage. But my favorite multiplayer game as a kid. I don't know. I won't say I was a kid, but I was right there on them hitting the teenage years right before. But like I had to, man, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to that WWF game, man. We used to play at your crib, nigga. That shit was so damn fun. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
On
you talking about the
64, on
talking about
64,
on
nigga.
the 64? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was hard. That was a nice little game to bang out with
Yeah,
the
that,
squad. You ain't never lied.
yeah, that was nice. All right, man. Before we get up out of here, y'all, man, we always gotta close with Neef's Nug, man. Where Neef drop a nug on y'all, man. So, man, Neef, man, I just gotta ask you, man, what's the code that you live by today that came from one of your OGs that you know what I'm saying, that came a long way?
And yeah, well, definitely one of the codes that one of my OGs laid on me, man, and I live by it. I've never really I've learned my lesson in the past from doing this, so I know now what he meant by that is telling your guys about your situations with your girl as far as like sexually. Like, if she's real good in bed or something like that. Like that's something you should keep to yourself. Especially you
Facts.
shouldn't tell your homeboys.
Facts.
Because what ends up happening is niggas get curious. You depending on what type of friend he is to you and how genuine a friend he is in general, they can try to backdoor you. And
Try.
unfortunately, that happened to me at one time. He tried, he didn't succeed, but he tried. So, with that being said, like I said, I learned like from that point on, like yeah, you always want to keep your personal life, especially when it comes to your woman, between you and your woman, unless it's a brother of yours who you really can trust, and even him, don't even put him in that predicament by telling them stuff that y'all do sexually. Anything y'all going through, talking, arguing, that type of stuff. Obviously, you want to, fellowship with your brothers just because you want to get it off your chest. But as far as like sexual things, that's what my one of my OGs used to always tell me. He's like, he was married for years. He's like, man, I just don't. I never, they never asked me because that would be disrespectful. So I've never really gave them the, attention. Like, yeah, why y'all? How you been married to her since y'all was 16? You ain't never want to dilly dally, trying to nudge some information on her in the bedroom. He's like, nobody's ever really tried me on that because they know I don't even talk about her like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's one of the main one things I would say. And then I also wanted to say Keep your circle small and be sucker free. Though that's the main thing that I learned from my OGs is keep your circle small and stay sucker free. And when I mean sucker free, you should understand what that means, bench mob. A sucker is anyone who is clearly don't got it all mentally or whatever. That they just for some reason they a fuck up. Don't keep them around you because all they're gonna do is keep you on the same goofball level, or at least try to keep you there. And that ain't nobody you want to be around you if you really trying to elevate.
That's facts. Well, enough said, man. Neef just dropped a nug on y'all, man. Well, y'all already know we finna get out of here. We gotta pay some damn bills like we always do
Yes,
each week.
sir.
Come tap in with us, 7:30 Central Time every Wednesday. It's the Bench Mob Podcast. I'm your boy Broadway Beats. I got Neef with me, aka Mr. Perp. Man, go ahead and holler at him before we
Sure.
get up out of here. Say something to him.
Man, just stay blessed, stay humble, and stay locked in, man. It's the end of the month. Let's get it.
Yeah, rent is due. Make sure y'all pay that damn rent and get off this damn social media, man. Pay y'all damn rent. But we gonna holler at y'all, man. We out.
Love.
Love.